Yo, what up, man? What's up, YouTube? Going all in on me. My name is Andrew, and this is my channel. I am the owner of NFT Investments LLC, as well as the owner of Total Quality Repair. If you'd like more information on those, I'm going to drop some more content on those specific companies and what I plan to do with them. But today, we're going to talk about NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Non-fungible tokens, what are they? Why are they such a hot commodity right now? How are people making millions and thousands of dollars off of something that they physically cannot own? Non-fungible tokens are a digital asset, everyone. Non-fungible tokens, and let's just read it right off of Investopedia. NFTs, non-fungible tokens, are unique cryptographic tokens that exist on a blockchain and cannot be replicated. NFTs can be used to represent real-world items like artwork and real estate. Tokenization, these real-world tangible assets, allows them to be bought, sold, and traded more efficiently while reducing the probability of fraud. NFTs can also be used to represent people identities, people rights, and more. So NFTs, why are they so important? Why should you be investing into them? Me personally, I do a lot of research on NFTs. I see what's going on, and this is what my grasp on NFTs are. Logan Paul, right? It was brought up in another conversation. Logan Paul is very into promoting himself, YouTube star. He brought some Pokemon cards out. He wanted to sell them. Me personally, I found no value in it. Not something I'm interested in, so I didn't pay any mind to it. The reason why is Logan Paul is popular now, but in 20 years, he's going to be valuable, right? I got to look at everything valuable. Long-term, 10 years, is he a fad? I don't know. So Logan Paul wasn't a good investment for me. Maybe you enjoy him, so you would check him out. He sold Pokemon cards, and he made millions. Gronkowski, get back on him. Gronkowski, first NFL player bringing non-fungible tokens to the NFL. Those favorite memories, those great times. You have Emmitt Smith and his memories, right? Let's go back to the old school players that were really dominating the field, like Michael Irvin. You had Drew Brees when he retires. You have Tom Brady when he retires. You got Bill Belichick when he retires. You have Aaron Rodgers. And that's just a few, right? But what's happening is they're going to take their assets, right? You have an Aaron Rodgers helmet, for example. Since I'm in Wisconsin, let's talk about Wisconsin. Aaron Rodgers puts his helmet on there. Boom, last game that I played. Here's a picture, a token of my last helmet. Now, you, as an investor, have the opportunity to go bet on a token. You want one of those tokens. You want to be one of the first, right? So what NFTs do is they break everything apart based on that non-fungible token that you want to buy, that helmet, and it puts a serial number on it. It says you're maybe one. If there's 1,000 pictures of this helmet that Aaron Rodgers is pushing out to people to buy, right? And you own one of those tokens. Well, if that one token costs, we'll say half an ether, right? Half an ether right now is worth about $900. You do 900 times 1,000. 900 times 1,000 is, man, what is that? 900,000. So 900,000 off of just putting his picture of his helmet on there that he would make in profit. And the best part about all of this is since it goes through the blockchain, there's no banks, there's no tax regulations on this. Yes, we want to find out how to regulate this, but it's very hard because they're non-tangibles. Yes, they're assets. Yes, they can be worth something, but when you go through the blockchain, how do you pay taxes on something that not even the government can physically grab? So obviously there's going to be regulations coming on that. Then I look at, let's get away from sports and let's go into the music industry. Rolling Stones is coming out with a lot of great information. We have Shawn Mendes, Grimes, and Tory Lanez have all started releasing goods digitally. Tory Lanez, very popular artist. Rolling Stones, very popular magazine or website. And they produce a lot of content. So when they start pushing those digital assets out, they're going to be around for a long time. Maybe you grab one. Maybe you see the value. Maybe there's somebody, a part of the Rolling Stones that you want to invest in personally. You can do that. Rolling Stones is making that possible through digital assets, tokenization. Then we have the music industry even further. Let's get into hip hop, right? Jay-Z started a company called Tidal, right? And excuse me if I don't say that right, but Tidal, who just sold to Square. Square is fully invested into NFTs and Bitcoin. And what I see, my mind tells me, okay, I look at hip hop and I see there's not many things going on in hip hop for NFTs, but I also understand how Jay-Z works, right? Jay-Z always says, if you're going to invest in something, put a brand on your name. Jay-Z is a brand. So Jay-Z's he still has a partnership, even though Square has bought most of Tidal, Jay-Z still holds shares of it. which means that eventually those hip hop artists that are currently in the market, those old school, that Tupac, that Biggie Smalls, Jay-Z himself, right? You have P. Diddy, just to name a couple, that are eventually going to put their artwork out there, maybe like their global records that you can go buy a non-fungible token on. You can't own their artwork, but you still own something of it that you can show somebody. Like, I don't physically have to own P. Diddy's piece of his gold album or his platinum albums, but I would love to show my kids or my family, like, hey, look what I got. I own a piece of Jay-Z. I own a piece of P. Diddy, whatever it may be, right? It's just the fact of the hype of saying, I own something. I own something that you can't get a hold of. That's pretty much what this is, right? Then we get into like video games. Non-fungible tokens, right? Everyone's video games, if you're Call of Duty, if you're on Fortnite, if you're in Minecraft, those are three of the big ones right now. Call of Duty, you want to upgrade your guns, you want better looking guns, cool. I'm going to put an NFT on that gun. I'm going to put a token on it because that gun is going to sell. And even though I can't own that gun physically, it's still a digital asset that I can put a token on, and you as a player are going to buy it with your PlayStation, Xbox money, your coins. You're going to buy that token. Well, that money has to go to that item that you're buying. Well, me having a token, it raises the value. So I have a return on my investment coming, because the gaming industry is a nonstop return on investment, especially when you look at what's really happening in the gaming industry. It's not just, oh, I'm going to go buy some stuff and buy a couple parts and stuff for these games. No. Understand, like, there's celebrity YouTubers who are gamers, and there's people like Gary Vee, who I'm very invested into. I love the knowledge that he shares, and he talks about the gaming industry, teaming up with EA Sports or ESPN, and really making it a global thing. It's already in the country. People are already gaming competitively all day. Whether it's through Twitch, whether it's through whatever other networks they use, online sources, but gaming is very, very competitive. It's just like any other sporting industry. The only thing is you're gaming, but it still takes a lot of skill to play video games. Whether you're playing for fun or you're competitive in it, there's a lot of skill that comes, because otherwise you will get embarrassed. But the regardless is having those assets, right? Being in that mine world, right? Like mining for those different, buildings? You guys build buildings in it, Minecraft. That's a non-fungible token. If you have something valuable in Minecraft, I would say put a token on it. Another one I like is that I'm big into, that I keep getting a lot of critics on, is real estate. I love real estate. I think that there's a lot of opportunity in it. I think there's a lot of opportunity in land. I personally think that you can do a lot with these non-fungible tokens, because I personally don't need to own your real estate. I personally don't need to own your land. But if I own a token, I'm going to get a return on my investment. Why? Because your property, your land isn't going anywhere. Your house, it's not going to go anywhere. So if I own the parcel number to your property, realistically, right? Because we have Decentraland, which is a virtual game that allows us to buy land and houses and sell it and make money through non-fungible tokens that way, right? Through Decentraland. But what if you can do it in real life? Like, they're already doing it in real life. And here's a website that I'll just share really fast. Sorry. So one of the websites I shared earlier was called marcusmoles.substack.com. And it is a very interesting website if you just want to, how do I apologize, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna have to share it later. All right, I'll share it on my Twitter. But yeah, like the real estate. So let's get back into that real quick. So real estate, right? Your parcel number is owned usually by the government. So let's imagine this, right? Be optimistic. Don't be objective to it. So be optimistic, and let's look at parcel numbers, right? Government holds your parcel number every year. You pay taxes on it. Somebody has to get paid on it, right? Maybe you don't pay taxes, but I've already purchased your parcel number and I've already paid my investment into it, which should cover your taxes. Or multiple people should be able to buy into that parcel number through an NFT, which will cover your taxes. The government's going to get paid back regardless. Our return on our investment comes when you finally pay your taxes. understand like the government wants to get paid, so they're going to find every way to get paid. Not everybody pays their damn taxes. That's the truth. Well, what if somebody like myself, an investor, can come in through non-fungible token and pay that to allow the government to do other things with your property? And then when I get my return back on is when the government says, like, when are you going to pay us our money? Because you necessarily don't know that I've already paid for your property through my parcel token, but they still want their money because they need to return that money back to the investors. Like, look at space, right? Before, for a long time, you couldn't really invest into SpaceX, but I've been looking and I've been researching, and now you can. Space exploration is really blowing up, and it's allowing you to invest through non-fungible token. You put a non-fungible token on your certain project, right? That project is get valuable. You go to space, that project, you tokenize it, there's some value there. Whether it's long-term or not, regardless, I invested into a space shuttle that went to space. It's important. It doesn't matter who it is. That's important. I wish I would have invested when the Falcon 9 just went into the air and came back down. I believe that's when it was through Elon Musk's SpaceX, where now he can control rockets. I wish I could have invested in a token then, because that was one of the first rockets to do what he did. When people thought just 2 years ago you couldn't do it, and he just did it. So I wish I could have invested in a token in that project. So I always keep looking, right? Research. When you want to invest with somebody, you make sure that they understand that they're researching, that they're getting that knowledge. You go to Northwestern Mutual, you go to one of these Fidelities and stuff, make sure that they're researching. Put your money where it's going to make sense. Don't put your money where it's not going to make sense, where there is no growth long term. So what Andrew Rivera did is I look at NFT tokens and I see a way of good value of building a good company someday. Long term for anybody, right? An artist, a collector, doesn't matter. You build up your brand, you build up your name, you do it through digitizing. Why? Because we're all connected to our phone. You're connected to your phone. I don't need coins. I don't need a debit card. One day my passport is actually going to be digitized soon. So if you don't know that yet, just know that soon your passport has a possibility of becoming an NFT, because it's to itself, right? Each NFT has its own code in a blockchain. A blockchain puts let me pull that out. I don't want to say nothing wrong and get criticized. So a blockchain stores data in blocks, which are then chained together to another block in chronological order, making it almost impossible to hack because of security platform built into blockchain, which blockchain is integrated with IoT, Internet of Things, which is backed by IBM, right? So if you understand just those three things, like that's huge. IBM leads the industry in technology. They are one of the biggest. They're invested into blockchain. Blockchain is the big boy of it all. You do have NFTs, and NFTs are cool, but look at the blockchain. When I talk about blockchain, that's when I'm getting to that real estate. Blockchain breaks off into real estate, and real estate can break off into NFTs. NFTs like Top Shot. Top Shot is just a part of the blockchain. It's part of that platform of NFTs that you can work within. Then you have all the cryptocurrencies, right? Like Bitcoin, which is a fungible token because you can trade it. But regardless, like Bitcoin is still the currency. It's the first currency of the blockchain connected. Then you do have Ethereum. So like even in cryptocurrencies, you still can break apart your certain cryptocurrency to work in a certain NFT platform, right? Like Ethereum is connected directly to NBA Top Shot. So if you're investing into NBA Top Shot, you're investing into Ethereum. So me as an investor of Ethereum, I know that because of what just happened last weekend, but I knew that this was going to happen months ago, I've already invested in Ethereum because I knew that it was going to blow up eventually. It's a matter of emotions of when everyone else finds out. Be ahead of the game, because when emotions get in, the prices of scarcities are skyrocketing. But also understand, like, goes deeper than that, right? So now we're in NFTs, non-fungible tokens. You can buy something without owning it, without physically owning it, but you're still invested in, and you should receive a return on your investment. But like on all investments, they're not guaranteed. So if you're buying things just to be buying them, like those crypto kitties, I personally don't see no value in buying a cat. Like, I'm not a cat person. They should have did dogs, and then maybe I would have invested. But if you're invested in kitties, hey, that's your market. That's what you like. And this is a good way for you to do it. They're selling for $40,000 to $60,000 to $80,000 for these little crypto kitties. And then you have punks, crypto punks, one of the first inventions within the NFT market, crypto punks. So crypto punks are selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's just literally just a digitized little character. It really looks like nothing, but people are paying a lot of money for it. So NFTs are just really blowing up. It's just the fact is, get out of the headset of I have to own something all the time, like this cup, and start looking at things like a movie ticket. If you look at NFTs as, instead of looking at it like this, but as a movie ticket where you go see a movie, but you don't own that movie. You're owning that ticket to go see that movie, but you don't own that movie. You just own the ticket. That is the best version that I can give anybody that's watching my channel of what an NFT really is. It's like a movie ticket. You don't own it, but you can still go to it. You can still say you went there. You can still show everybody, like, I went to go see Batman. I had this seat. But no one really cares, right? Because, oh, that's cool, man. You own a ticket. That's the same thing as NFTs, really. No one really cares unless they find value in what it is that you're investing in. So you have to be in something that's going to be investable, that brings value long term, which is, I love NFTs. I think there's a lot of value if you go into the right ones. But when you look at the whole blockchain as a whole and what we can really do as a community, as proactive individuals, I would hope, keep looking, keep researching, because I also understand one more thing before I get off. I'm already going 16 minutes. I only want to go 15 today, but one more, blockchains and cryptocurrency. Do your research on cryptocurrency, y'all. Like, Bitcoin is going to blow up forever. Like, right? We're already talking million. It's going to hit $1 million a coin. And luckily for me, I was invested early enough that hopefully I'll be able to, that continues, right? Because I'm going to keep pushing that. But hopefully the value is still there within the blockchain to make cryptocurrency blow up the way it is. Cryptocurrency cannot happen without the blockchain. So cryptocurrency. If China and India are putting restrictions and regulations on how we gather that one Bitcoin, like that one Bitcoin is 1 in 2 trillion right now to even dig for. So if a company is mining for Bitcoin, they're wasting so much energy because of how big these machines are, that now we're looking into renewable energy to mine for coins. So they're not as scarce. So that tells me that maybe the Bitcoin price might drop someday. But as of right now, keep investing in Bitcoin because we're just pushing it, right? Let's keep pushing it up, because even if Bitcoin somehow does lose some of its scarcity, it's still going to keep growing. Eventually, we're not going to keep being able to dig because it's going to get impossible to keep finding more and more coins. It's not as easy finding a Bitcoin today as it was in January. In January, there were less companies digging. So now there's, it's crazy how many. The United States is trying to get into the digging part. So that's why we need renewable energy. Going green is the biggest thing about all of this. It's about the world in general, right? Like pollution. So when you understand the global economics of going green, you have to look at Bitcoin and understand the scarcity. So if everyone right now is not allowed to be digging and they're really cutting down on the mining times for Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin is going to keep flying. And then on top of that, you have all these other coins, and those even have regulations on them of how much energy can be used to produce that one coin. So I really hope I was able to hit on some information. If you're still confused, I apologize. Well, once again, I'm giving you guys all the information as I get it, as I study it, as I take it in, as I move within what I'm doing. Like, I like NFTs. I like Top Shot. I'm invested in Top Shot. I didn't see any value in some of the other NFTs, so I haven't jumped into them because I think they're just hype, and that's not for me. That's not for me, and it's not going to be for anybody that invests with me. I don't jump into hypes. I do like NBA Top Shot, but that's my personal collection. Now, if I see there's a value in there to build an asset, like there's packs being dropped soon that are going to be very hard to get. They're going to be rare packs that are going to drop on NBA Top Shot. I may jump in, right? Because there's a value in that card somewhere that if I can grab a pack, like I almost did this past weekend, if I can almost get in that line to get that pack, I know that pack, regardless if I'm a collector or not, if I get a card that I'm not that interested to, I can go ahead and put it back on the market and somebody's going to buy it for way more than I bought it for, right? Scarcity. That's what that does. And I don't have to keep that card, but it's just driving up the value and making money. And it may not sound right to somebody else, but at the end of the day, if I don't value that card, I'm going to sell it. And that's what I look at, right? But then I look at more like the real estate. Where are we going to go long term with this whole blockchain thing? And I look at space connection. I look at going to the new world. I'm looking at what are we doing in Mars? What can I take advantage of in Mars right now that no one can really take advantage of? Even though I don't own anything in Mars physically, I still want to own something in Mars digitally. So that's really where this blockchain market is going to take us. If you're investing in the dollar is not even worth more than the Bitcoin. Gold is $53 per ounce, I want to say, and blockchain Bitcoin is $51. So like, understand what that just meant. Like, based on the ounces, Bitcoin is worth 51, gold is worth 53. Gold's been around since before we were ever even around, before this was even possible to do this type of technology. Bitcoin has just been around since 2007, and then it came back in like 2011. Got a lot of bad reviews. People didn't really care for it. Came back again about 2017. Satoshi brought it back in. He really went and created it. People don't even know who this guy is, whether he's the guy that claims he's Satoshi. I don't know, don't really care, as long as he's making me money. But the thing is that it's really just been blowing up these last 3 years. So if you were invested early enough, awesome. Like, you definitely are way ahead of the game. If you're not invested right now and you want to get invested, but you don't have the time, I recommend looking at NFT Investments LLC. Check out my website. If you are somebody who wants to do it on their own, I advise you to jump into Coinbase. Coinbase is going public soon. They've already applied for their IPO, and I don't see a reason why they're not going to get it. They're going to go public. Their shares are going to skyrocket through the roof. They're going to have a lot of value. They're going to be able to do a lot of different things. They're also invested with Ethereum. They're invested with Bitcoin, so you can do a lot on Coinbase. Coinbase, I have debit cards at Coinbase. I don't really touch anything cash. Somebody tries to rob me, they're going to get nothing except for the coins that are sitting on my table right now. And it's because, like, they literally can't touch me. Like, you can touch me physically, but financially, my money's already tied up into multiple different things of assets that you can't touch it unless you have my Coinbase account. And even to get that Coinbase account to get you Ethereum, you may not even as a robber even have a damn Coinbase. So really, you can't touch me. But yeah, anyways, I would say get a Coinbase account. If you don't like Coinbase, get Robinhood. If you're in that Cash App thing, try Cash App. But don't take that from me, because I don't mess with Cash App and I don't mess with Acorns. But I do have a Robinhood. It's nice, but I like Coinbase more. I think Coinbase is more accessible to the everyday life. And I think that's why they're going public. They're accessible to everyday life. There's a lot you can do with it. You know, if I can take my phone and just tap it on a screen and pay with my Bitcoin, which is my fungible token, it's easier, right? It's always easier just to do something with convenience of having my phone on me. You don't need debit cards anymore. Soon you won't need an ID no more, because your ID, your driver's license, will be tokenized. It will be digitized. So that way you just carry it on your phone. You soon won't even need a wallet, because it will be pointless to have a wallet. But yeah, I really hope I was able to answer some questions. If not, hit me up. I'll try to give you as much information as I can. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share, and I'll be back again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Stay healthy, stay safe, and hey, keep researching.